What's up? What's good? What is happening? What's up, everybody? I am back. My name is King, and this is a crypto video. Shout out to the Royal Squad for being members over there on the YouTube channel. I'm streaming across multiple platforms. You can find me at Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.tv at the actual King Smith. And you can find me over at Twitter at actual King Smith. I'm a lot more active on Twitter uh here lately than I am with my other social media platforms. So if you're trying to reach your boy, hit me up over there. I think that's the best way to kind of reach out to me. But in the description box below are the links to all my social media, to include LinkedIn as well, as I've got a LinkedIn page. All right. So it's been an interesting last couple of days since I've gone live on my live stream. And I was definitely made aware, because I keep up with crypto news, of what happened with the collapse of Terra Luna and the realization that stable coins, which are supposed to be, pegged to a certain amount, like USDC is pegged to $1. So the word stable coin may not necessarily mean that something is stable. Okay, people found out the hard way, whereas Terra Luna was a top 10 cryptocurrency. Okay, with I forget exactly what their market capitalization was when they were up in the top 10. It dropped from $100 something per Luna to the price that it's at today is like 3 zeros and a one, so well under a penny. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of talk about that real quick and explain it in the best way that I can, and then end with why I'm not worried, and something that you can do to ensure that if something collapses, you aren't one of those people that put all of their eggs in one basket and then that basket collapsed and now all of your eggs are broken. Okay, you definitely don't want to do that. So in the past, I've talked about a couple of different things that you can do, and this isn't just for cryptocurrency. This is like investing in general. Okay, so I'm not a financial advisor. All right, I'm just a dude that's had some education. I like that word, education. Just a dude that's had some education and has been investing myself, okay, through the good and bad, and figured out what's worked for me. So, one of the first things that you kind of have to realize is that with investing, there comes risk. All right, risk that things, uh, that your money, your capital, won't gain in value. All right, so if it appreciates, that's great. If $1 today is $10 in 10 years and you never sold or did anything with it, notwithstanding inflation. All right, so you have to kind of account for inflation, but if we take out inflation, okay, you'll be very happy if you took $10 and that $10 turned into $100 over time. All right, and the market, with whatever you invested in, made you money over the long term. Even if you count inflation, all right, you count inflation, when something appreciates, you're happy when it makes you money. The reason why I'm into cryptocurrency, I've talked about this in the past, is that in my opinion, the adoption of cryptocurrency and the different use cases for it aren't going anywhere. Okay, but like I said, just before I started this point right here, if you put all of your eggs in one basket and that basket stitching breaks and all those eggs drop and break, now you have no more eggs. So one of the things that I do and what I recommend is diversify. Right there on the screen. Diversify. Okay? Did I spell that right? I hope I spelled that right. What does that mean? All right. So basically, the diversification is the opposite of putting all of your eggs in one basket. Imagine you have 10 eggs in one basket, and now you have 10 eggs but 5 baskets, and you're transporting those baskets, okay? And things happen along the way from you getting from point A to point B, okay? Well, if you have 10 eggs spread within 5 baskets and you get to your final destination, and a thief only stole one basket that might have had 2 eggs in it, then you still got 8 baskets when you get to or 8 eggs when you get to your final destination. So you didn't have that much of a loss being affected by other market conditions. Okay, so market conditions could be anything: a thief, a hacker, a developer, stealing the liquid money from an asset and running off with it. Somebody deciding to do nefarious things. Okay, you forgetting your password to an exchange or your bank or something and not being able to have access to that money. There's all different kinds of risk factors when you're looking at what you're wanting to invest in. Okay, part of what I do, I don't just invest in cryptocurrency. Okay, I'm fortunate in that my current 9 to 5 offers what's called a thrift savings plan, and they match a certain percentage of the money that I put in there. And the thrift savings plan is a 401k. Okay, and I have my 401k set up with long term thinking, in the future, because I'm 37. The only way that you will catch me retiring anytime soon is if I hit a nice little lick playing the lottery or something. All right. Outside of that, I'm working now. I'm working to pay my bills. I'm trading time for money, as well as doing other different little projects and things that I'm trying to build in order to increase my net worth. Cryptocurrency is a part of that strategy. Okay. And I have a personal risk setup that's highly risky. Okay. I'm not going into the cryptocurrencies that I'm investing in. I wouldn't say it's highly risky. Actually, it's more of a moderate strategy because I have a mix of what I call my blue chip cryptocurrencies, which let me share some of the ones that I'd recommend anybody getting. Okay. And I've talked about this previously as well. So if you look here on the stream, see if I can make this a little bit bigger. That's what she said. Okay. Oh, nope, that's not working. It's not working the way that I want to. Let's do this. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay. The ones that I have highlighted on the screen here, Bitcoin and Ethereum being the two blue chippers out of here, these are the ones that if you're going to invest in any cryptocurrencies, start with these two. Okay. If you got $100, all right. Now, look, I'm not talking that you need big money just to start here. You got $100. Split half of that, put it in Bitcoin, and another half of that, put it in Ethereum. Okay. And then every so often, consider making additional investments into adding to your position for either one of those two. Okay. I'm not a guy that times the market. I don't wait and go, all right, man, Bitcoin was $50,000 yesterday and today it's 39,000. I'm definitely gonna no, my income come in on a fairly regular basis. All of my liabilities and expenses go out on a fairly regular basis. So I budget each time I get paid aside what I'm going to put aside to buy into various cryptocurrencies. Okay, and I have a strategy for each quarter. My first quarter of 2022 was to invest in CRO, okay, and try to get up to $4,000 worth of CRO for their car, which, interesting enough, they changed the damn program to where it's not even really worth it for me. Okay, so now I'm actually trying to figure out what I want to do with the money that I put aside for CRO. If I want to keep it over there for their card, or if I want to move it and shift it over towards the SHIB ecosystem, which my Q3 and Q4 of 2022, I'm going to let y'all know right now, unless something major comes up and happens, it's going to be all about investing into Shiba's ecosystem, meaning Shiba, Bone, Leash, any of the Shiba lands, which I already have one. I was going to get two, but I had to move that money for something else. Okay. And any Shiba Shy or whatever their stable coins are going to come out to be. I'm trying to be a part of anything that Shiba has planned, plain and simple. Okay. But aside from Bitcoin and Ethereum, on the Ethereum side of the house, all of these that I have highlighted here, you can find on KuCoin. KuCoin.com is my favorite exchange that I like to use. It's one of the ones that I recommend to people as well. Coinbase is easier, but KuCoin has a lot of features that once you understand what you're doing, you'll be very happy to be on a centralized exchange like KuCoin. Okay. For the major exchanges that I recommend that work really well, I have a referral link down in the description if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook that you could go in and check out. Sign up using my referral link, and you and I both get something from it. Okay. All of these that like I said, that I have highlighted, to include ETN. The only reason why I don't have ETN highlighted is I don't know too much about it, and I don't have Terra Luna highlighted because of what happened last week. But I'm going to tell you, I didn't have any Terra Luna prior to it falling. I do have some now. I got some when it was like when it dropped down to 5 zeros behind the decimal, and then I sold and profited a bit. Now that the price is going up since its all-time low. Okay, those are wins for me. That was an opportunity buy, though. It wasn't necessarily a part of my strategy, but I saw an opportunity for something that, in my opinion, it wasn't dead. The founders for Luna were looking at trying to revive it in some way and not be completely out of the market altogether. And look, assistant, zoom in on me. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't have the magic 8 ball to determine if Luna's ever going to get back up to its all-time high. If you go and check public sentiment about it, you get a real split opinion on whether Luna's going to come back up and do anything. There's people that say, well, the circulating supply wasn't as high as it is now, so there's no way that it could get back up to $100 per Luna, which where it's at now. Here, let me just bring it up on the screen. So where it's at now, let me bring this over. Boom, boom, boom. Stop sharing. Bring up the other screen here, and then slide this over. So if y'all want to laugh, let's just zoom in and make this bigger. Luna was $119 a month ago. And at its all-time low, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros and a 9 behind the decimal. Talk about a fall from grace. A lot of people got wrecked and lost a crap ton of money. Okay? I can't even imagine losing that kind of money in a day or 2 days, just having it just wiped. Okay? And if you invested any kind of money at around its all-time low, okay, because it didn't stay there long. If you invested any kind of money, it's up 19,000% from then. Okay. I didn't own any Luna prior to it getting down to here. I threw in a couple of hundred. It ate some zeros, and I made a little profit off of it. All right. I got lucky because Luna could have kept going down, and there was nothing that I could have done about it. All right. So that's one of those things that if you're gonna ask me King, do you recommend getting Luna at its price now? I'm going to look at you and tell you, if you're willing to risk losing money, go for it. Absolutely go for it. I have no idea if it's going to be able to recover to anything. Its total supply and its circulating supply, because of the way that it functions. And I'm not going to go into explaining what Terra Luna does and how it helps keep the stablecoin UST pegged to $1, which it lost that peg recently. A stablecoin went from being supposedly $1 to around 50 something cents, and a lot of people got wrecked on that too. All right, but the circulating supply, I don't even think was close to a billion not too long ago. Okay, and now it's at what, 6 trillion. I don't see a path that it could get to where it could get up to $100 anytime soon. I do see a path, all right, that it could get to, because it's a number of 56 by market cap now. All right, right at around 1 billion. I do see a path with its circulating supply that, because they're doing burns, it could get to $1. I see a path that that's possible, or somewhere between a cent and $1. Which, if it gets to $1 with the amount that I've got now, because like I said, I went and got some when it was down towards this number here. All right, that gave me a nice little amount of Luna. If you went in right now on KuCoin, it's tradable on KuCoin. I know that they stopped the trading on Webull initially. I don't know if it's back tradable there. I know that they stopped it on crypto.com, but as of yesterday, it's back tradable on there. They never stopped the trading on KuCoin. If you have margin calls, you can make margin calls. You can buy, you can sell. You can even set limit prices to execute a buy or a sell when it got to a certain price, which is what I did. I just decided to take $200, and I said, if it gets to 6 zeros and a 9, buy. And it dropped. It got to that price and it executed at the limit call that I had set. So I got lucky. If you take $200 now, that gets you 1,020,668 of Luna at $200 today. If for some stupid freaking reason Luna works through its burns, it increases its value, people adopt this use case, and it decides to jump back up to where it's a couple of $1 billion market cap, and this thing gets to $1, your $200 is now worth $1 million. If Luna, from this point here at $200 invested today, decides to change in numbers, lose a lot of these zeros, and gain up to at least $1. Even if it gets from where it's at right now to 50 cents, that's $500,000 on $200 invested today. I just so happen to have $200 that I could use to invest in it. You might not have $200 to invest in it. Okay? But if you got $50, I'd say, hey, buy a $50 lottery ticket of Luna and just sit on it. What's the worst it could do? I mean, $50 now is what? A tank of gas? $50 is dinner for two at Ruby Tuesdays? I don't know. $50 is grocery money for some people if you're frugal enough. But I'll say it, to me, going back to the question, would I invest in Luna right now? I'll tell you, I did. And I'm going to look and see what I have. I have different gates set that if Luna gains in certain prices, I'm going to sell off at certain amounts. And KuCoin allows me to set up limit orders that can do that. Okay? What you decide to do, that's on you. I'm letting you know what I'm doing. And that's why I do my YouTube, right? I'm not an expert, definitely not a crypto expert. I am a regular dude that got into cryptocurrency around the end of 2020. Shiba was my original. It did well for me, and thank goodness that it did when it did, because that really helped me out on the US dollar side of the house. And I've been learning, making some mistakes along the way, and sharing my crypto journey on YouTube with everybody. Okay. And I've been fortunate enough to come across some crypto fam, most of them on the Crow side of the house. Shout out to the Bach fam over there. Ooga booga. Okay. And it'll be dope. I can see a path or sometime in the future when crypto laws become what they are, they do what they do. And I've kept my regular, consistent investments in that 4 years from now, I can look back and think about my crypto journey, and when people ask me, how I was able to do what I'm doing, and I tell them, hey, it's because I invested in crypto since 2020. Okay. The same people that made money in the stock market that, they've lost money along the way. But what they didn't do is they didn't see a crash that happened like this and pull out completely. Okay. They say, oh man, this stock market stuff is trash, but I ain't gonna get in this. I mean, so take a look. Late 2020, less than $1 trillion. All right. More people start learning about cryptocurrency. It's easier to trade. It gets up to about 2.6 before it comes down again from 2.6 in May of 2021 to 1.3, which is about where it's at now. 2 months later. Okay. And then July hits. Boom. You see around October, November timeframe, doubles essentially to 3 trillion in market cap, and now the cycle's back down. You didn't see King panicking. King did not go, man, I'm gonna take all my money out of crypto. It's this is a scam and everything like that. No. I've been making consistent buys because crypto's not going anywhere. Okay. Now, my live stream tomorrow, I'm going to talk about different ways that you can diversify your portfolio to limit risk so that when things happen, you don't lose all of those eggs because you didn't put all of your eggs in one basket. So let me know what you thought about my live stream today. Let me know if there's anything that I missed as far as considering, why you're staying in the crypto market and not getting out as well. I would love to know what y'all are out there doing when you see things like, $500 billion get taken out of the crypto market. Do you panic? I wouldn't necessarily say I panic. I definitely pay attention. I pay attention. I make some moves depending on how my stuff is set up, but I'm not over here panicking. That's my video for today. I will be back on tomorrow around about this time, okay? And just talking about different ways that you can diversify your crypto assets so you don't get caught with your pants down. Until next time, y'all know what to do.